Live, yeah, we're
Yeah, I'm
live.
trying to play my damn music, but it won't start. Darn it. Oh, there you go. There's my damn music. It's stirring the pot.
We're starting something, that's for sure.
Welcome to Stirring the Pot with Lou Marconi and Johnny Cleveland. Part of the Fanatical L's Network, fans first. Join us now. Yeah, now.
We're
My
here.
God, the technical difficulties with this Riverside. The
Oh,
technical difficulties with this crap is driving me batty.
hey,
Thus, I lost my glasses in frustration. No, I didn't. I was getting a I was doing my walk and run. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
we do, Lou. How are
Yeah,
you tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I'm kind of glad we didn't have our show Saturday night because everybody was
Oh,
we took some time to kind of get an idea of what was going on and what happened, take it in a little bit more. I think there's still more information that's going to come out. Obviously, everybody knows Cleveland Browns rookie running back Quinshawn Judkins was arrested for domestic battery on Saturday morning, which was the 12th, for an incident that happened on the 7th. See, I didn't know about that until today, until his lawyer was talking about it. And then I think what else are we going to talk about? The Browns fans and their mental
Browns
battery.
fans, I got a lot to talk about that. I talked a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
about that this morning.
mm-hmm. Stirring the pot. And then I think we got. Oh, I did an article. I did an article about Barry and Stefanski. How pretty much I think their jobs are safer than people realize. And then I think what else? I also had one about the stadium, the new stadium that's coming out, and
Yes.
the garbage, the misinformation. Because I'm going to make a point because there's a
Mhm.
that lawsuit with the two former
Yeah,
Democratic
let's talk about that in
lawmakers.
a little bit. Yeah, I
Yeah,
want to.
yeah. People need to read the Constitution.
Lou has done an exceptional job of following this story from the very beginning. And I've been back and forth and lots of things on this with the stadium. We'll talk about that here
Yeah, I just
momentarily.
tell the truth. I'm just telling
No,
the
I know
truth.
you do.
Yeah,
I'm.
just
We got a
yeah,
lot to talk about too because the fans have really been up and down, and we've had some interactions with some
yeah,
fans
yeah.
today on our Fanatical Elves network. Thanks for
Oh yeah,
following us again on
I
the
had an action
X.
with Bearded Browns Talk. I commented when they came live Saturday, and I was almost kind of saying, "Hey guys, let's get all the facts first
Yeah,
before you really." Because I mean, going on live and just spouting off a take
right.
might not be the wisest thing to do. I waited. You notice how I didn't really say
No, you
much.
did, and I know that I know my colleague Steve was telling me to cool my jets, and I was saying I can think for myself.
I was
Uh,
in the group text chat. I saw it. I was in
Yes,
the
and
group
Steve
chat.
and
I
I
saw it.
oftentimes I know I'm not the rational one, and that's the funny part because when I want to talk about some of these fans here in a couple minutes, and we'll get into this, but some of these fans who are just negative. I talked about it again this morning.
Negative
Some,
Nellies. Yes.
but here's the thing, folks. Like I'm negative too sometimes, so I'm not excluding myself all the time from this. But for God's sakes, man, give it up, man. I was just. Anywho, let's talk about Junkins because
Yeah. Yeah.
that's because you've read the details. I've read the
I heard
details.
the police. I heard the police report. Read the reading of the police report and the attorney's statement. In when his I think it was his arraignment hearing. He's out on bond now,
Yeah,
as far as I understand.
Diet
Yeah,
Coke, the breakfast of
Diet Coke.
champions.
I have water. I don't take caffeine
Sherry,
this late. I need
doesn't
to
your
sleep.
colleague Sherry like Diet Coke? Right? Isn't
Yes,
she
she
a
does. Yes, she
Sherry?
does.
This one's for you.
Yes, it's very kosher. So, um,
By the
the
way, I don't think people have seen me without glasses. They think that Johnny Cleveland
yeah,
has
yeah,
glasses, but I'm
yeah,
not four
yeah.
eyes all the time.
You can you like Thelma from Scooby Doo? You can't see without them.
Wait, what? Wait,
I
where are
can't see
you?
anything without my
Wait.
glasses.
Okay,
Immediate handicap. Yeah. So
I already have enough of those, so that's okay.
yeah, my understanding. I guess it was a female friend, girlfriend, whatever. They fly there. He finally has a chance to see text messages. He got mad at her something regarding the text messages after she
Okay,
came out from the bathroom. They're at baggage claim. They're in the rental car. There was a guy. There was a podcast I listened to about this, and he rented a Lamborghini. or like a Lamborghini SUV.
Okay.
It's like, well, if you haven't signed your contract, you shouldn't be running something like that. I said,
Yeah.
dude, he has money from Ohio State.
Yeah.
He does. So if he has the money to rent it, shove it up your ass. He can rent
Right.
whatever he wants.
This is part of my argument for later, but
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Well, that, and then according to the police report, he hit her while he was driving and she fought
Okay.
back.
Okay.
So that car must have been swerving on the road. I'm just
Yeah,
thinking that's the case. Yeah.
I don't like to talk. Right. There's situations. I mean, when we read some of these things, it's none of us want to be put in that situation, but I can understand. I won't say I can entirely relate, but it kind of.
I never had.
Not that I did anything.
No.
Let's just clear that up.
I've had where I've had to restrain myself and just
Yes.
and just kind of just be cool because you got to that's what we're expected to.
Yes.
Grown men, we're expected to keep our emotions in check and not let somebody get us to the point where we hit them.
Right.
Anybody. And I'm not condoning that. No, I'm not sure exactly what happened. But
so we're just reading these reports.
7th.
Yeah.
This happened on the 7th. She goes to the police in the morning of the 12th, and that's when Judkins got arrested. And she didn't, I guess they judged the bruising by the picture she had on her phone, not necessarily in person.
Okay.
So that's all I could tell. Don't know anything else. And I said, time will tell. The two things I'm pretty certain. He's probably going to sign his contract with us pretty soon. Going to probably lose out on some guaranteed money. More than likely, he will be suspended by the league and the Browns. Take your medicine, stay out of trouble, and then have your career. Just that's my advice to Quinshon at this point.
Well, and I want to, you kind of shared out the details. The funny thing is, I had just literally written an article and posted it with Fans First about the new running game and running the damn ball.
I saw that.
And I was projecting all these great things, for these two guys, and Dylan Sampson.
To put it in two rookies is kind of risky too.
It is risky. So there's Jerome Ford. But the point being that, we were upbeat about it, and we should still, there are lots of things to look at that are positive. Not obviously this is a big negative. But let me just go back a little bit, because I want to work this into kind of what we're talking about with the fans and everything right now, because I'm writing an article as well about this great sort of split, this great divide amongst Browns fans. And we've always had a division, a difference of opinion on a variety of takes. But I think, like, going back to 2022 with Deshaun Watson and the Haslams being the owners has really just made everything magnified. And right now with this Quinshon Judkins stuff, it is driving me bonkers right now, because Lou, you and I, first off, those of you who, when I say that I'm doing my research, I've done my research and this is what I found out about the kid, and you out there behind the keyboards are saying, you're doing a piss poor job, do your research even more. I'm like, no, I did my research. Okay.
There's no red flags on them.
There's no red flags. And you guys, not you, Lou, but all these guys out there, folks who are behind the keyboards that are saying, oh, well, he was a cancer at Ole Miss. And I'm like, bull crap. You went to page 20 to find that story. And those of you who are nonstop, there's a guy out here in social media, you probably know the name, Roberto Shenanigans, who follows us. Thank you, Roberto. But Roberto is just hell-bent on making things in Cleveland fan base just divided. He hates the Haslams. He's trying to say that Judkins is this another huge red flag. Bull crap. Judkins was not a red flag.
Nope.
And it's annoying as hell. You've done some research. Go back and read all the plethora of other articles from Ole Miss and other places that talk about this kid growing up. He was a good student. He took AP classes. He graduated early. His mom's a lawyer. His dad's a businessman. You read articles about him from the high school from his coaches. Everybody talks about his work ethic and his desire playing and his abilities. So all of you who are trying to use this story at Ole Miss about him being a cancer and all this stuff, bull crap. Don't come to us and say that. You're fabricating stories and you're lying about it. And you're
including people saying that this is a failure in leadership on this team when the kid's been on the team for 3 months, not even 3 months. But all of a sudden, it's a failure in leadership because he got into trouble and he was young and he made a mistake.
Or these people that are putting out lists of players that the Browns have drafted, like, or not drafted, just have signed, like Jameis Winston, talking about his things that happened years ago. Don't put him on the freaking list and blame the Browns. Like, what are you doing? Like, some of these folks out here in social media land are trying to create this narrative that is just so damning to the Browns organization. They just want their narrative to be out there. And it's just, it's disappointing because you mix that in.
That same guy that talked about the Lamborghini was saying this is a failure in leadership of the Cleveland Browns. We've always had. I'm like, for what? Because he was drafted 36th. We needed a running back desperately. Best running back on the board. No red flags. No problems. And if
none,
we wouldn't have drafted him because Andrew Berry said he had a crystal ball tell him that there was going to be a problem in the future, you people would have ran him out of town 3 months ago if he would not.
The story that's coming out of this Ole Miss locker room thing, like literally you had to go to like page 20. I'm not making this shit up.
Never heard that. That didn't
right?
come out till everybody's an expert after the fact. You never noticed that? Everybody knows
you're trying to find your narrative. And look, I know we're pushing this. I'm not saying what he did was, and we don't know how it's all going to pan out, but
no.
Stop trying to throw this like, oh my God, Stefanski and Barry and the Haslams are these evil people and they continue to bring in criminals. I mean, no.
Dorsey brought in. I don't know if you could put the chats up or not because we're getting chats here. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, I can.
I can as a guest. It's just MC's been chatting with us. So join. Not John. Not in the mood for Browns Twitter nonsense. That is a fact. That is a fact.
I'm trying to find. Let me pull this up here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if you can. I don't think I can.
Where did it go?
I would, but
I got it the last time. Let me keep looking here.
I'll keep talking. Okay. No, but look. Yeah, because they go back to last year with Michael Hall, and Michael Hall, the original story that came out was horrific, and it was nowhere near to that extent. No, because his fiance recanted that. Mm-hmm. Now something did happen, yes, but he didn't have a gun to a baby's head. I mean, God, you people are crazy to hear that.
Right.
That didn't happen. And then he did get suspended and he did get injured, but he showed a lot of promise and he's pretty much there's been no incidents since then. It's been almost a year. They talked about Perion Winfrey, who was like a 5th round pick. There we go. There you go. You got it. Perion Winfrey, who was a 5th round pick, just got into trouble downtown. And
Thanks, MC.
They cut him. They cut him the next day. So they're trying to bring these up. Oh, this is just this is just terrible. We got to get rid of from the top to the bottom. We got no leadership. I'm like, no, fuck you. Seriously. Yeah. Okay. You go ahead. You run a team.
Well, then that's what I said on my show earlier this morning. You want to go out, all of you are damned to be the owner. You hate Haslams. You're talking always about the 600, like that's another point of contention right now. This $600 million that the state and the governor agreed to give to the organization. Everybody's coming unglued, including Roberto, about how he buys a $25 million home in Florida. Oh, that's a coincidence. Like, isn't that surprising? Like, leave the guy alone. He's an owner. He makes billions. Leave him alone. Those of you who want to continue to
home in Florida, it's his business. $25 million's chump change to this guy.
And
he's worth $9 billion.
And the whole criminal narrative that you're trying to go at, all of you folks out there that keep coming back with this Haslams are criminals, stop it. Where? What? Why are they criminals? You want to give us a narrative on that, so be it. But you want to run the Browns organization, go out there and do it then. Go figure out how to become a GM. Go figure out how to be an owner. But stop bringing your crap on the social media.
Yeah, be an NFL play caller. Wait till the season starts. I can't wait. I can't wait. I agree with you, John. No, we're on the same side.
We're stirring the pot tonight.
Since we talked about the stadium. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay. Let's go into this because I know Barry and Stefanski, we're going to talk about that. But since you just segued to the stadium.
Yeah.
All right. That $600 million from the state is a loan.
Explain that to people that don't understand how that works.
Get paid back with interest in the duly accepted time based on the revenue. And as escrow, as collateral.
Yes, explain this. This
$50
is
million was put into an escrow account for the
private
state.
funds.
Private funds. 2.4 of that 3.6 billion for the whole entire project is privately invested. Half of that last 1.2 billion is the loan from the state. The other 300 is coming from Cuyahoga County. The other 300 is coming from Brook Park.
Yes.
That's the plan. Okay. Now, look, let me ask you this. Go ahead. Feel free to chat and go off on this. Do you think Haslam should pay for the whole thing? Fine. If he ever did pay for that whole thing, then you know what? He doesn't have to pay taxes for 10 years on that.
The $600 million, Lou, the other part of this is that I keep talking about, and you keep mentioning this too.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve Gill, who does the Dog Pound South show.
Came from? Where the money came
yes,
from? We'll
that's what I want to get to right now. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All of that money is unclaimed, untapped funds that have been there for more than 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So all of you guys who are out there complaining, oh my God, that money has been sitting there out of the $5 billion that's been sitting there in the state of Ohio and has not been used. So for God's sakes, give it a break. Give it a rest, man.
Towards schools, you want to complain. Well, we could do schools, and we got this, and we got that.
I'm an educator. I already mentioned this
Vote
too.
For school levies. Vote for school levies.
And the state has, they have a budget. They have certain monies, and yes, I would always want more money for
in the state of Ohio.
No, and this is where I want. Yes, and I want to reiterate that this is a part of the budget that was created. There's $600 million here. There's another $400 million allotted for other stadium projects in the state, and $700 million more that hasn't been designated, but could potentially go towards some of these projects, like the Dome still. Mm-hmm. So that's $1.7 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, of untapped. Yes, and every year, Lou, you know this too, if you've done your research like we have, that every year there are more unclaimed funds that go into that fund. So there's like $1 million or $1.5 million every year or something like that, or billion, 1.5 billion every year that gets thrown back into that. It's not so because people don't claim their funds, and so they're taking funds that have been sitting there for more than 10 years.
Right. And there's a class action suit from 2 old Democrat lawmakers saying this is unconstitutional. First off, in order to have class action, you need to get people to sign on to it, correct?
Yes.
If somebody approached me with a class action suit saying, hey, you have unclaimed money, and it's like, okay, how do I get it? Well, you just sign on to our lawsuit. That could take years, or you could just go on the internet to this site.
And there was an increase, and there was 133,000 people that have filed for claims. Yeah, we do our research here on the Fanatical Elves Network.
You can go online to that link. Nothing is stopping you from putting in a claim to your money. You're free to do it.
We've looked at it before to just see if there's something out there.
Yeah, and there was like something for $30 in my name, and there's something for my wife that was like $25 in her name. So we put it in claims. So I said, yeah, fine. I mean, that's really what it is. It's like I think there was like some old account, like an old landline account that I had years ago that I completely forgot about that I closed. And there was another one for her. There was something similar.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but guys, that's what it is. There's nothing stopping you from claiming that. You understand that you can go on and claim it. They're not going to prevent you from doing that because of this. That's what I was trying to explain to people. There's nothing preventing you from doing it. So what's the problem? And the Haslams too. They're spending $600 million on a new facility for practice in Berea, investing in that community. They're spending another $2.4 billion of private money to invest in Brook Park with this new stadium and project to bring economic activity, to bring revenue into Northeast Ohio. There's also they have the highest payroll in the NFL.
The Browns.
He is spending money. So you can't say he doesn't spend money, but you could say he makes wrong decisions. Okay, with that money, that's fair. But you can't say he's not spending it. So
let's pause for a quick
on Haslam. Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Let's pause for a quick commercial break. This is Stirring the Pot. We'll be right back. All right, we are back here on Stirring the Pot. Lou, I wanted to keep talking to you By the way, thanks for following us here. And Hemisphere Coffee Roasters, great coffee. They shake the hand of the farmer. Go check out the on our X page. We've got it posted at the top of our X page.
Mhm.
Lou, the stadium conversation still. You're writing an article about,
Yeah.
some people have been talking about the winter and losing the weather
advantage.
Yeah, can you get into that? Because
weather advantage. Yeah. We how's our record been since 1999?
I know that's what everybody like. It's like people start clamoring about the weather. Oh, we're going to lose our advantage. I think there was some stat that came out. We have a horrible record, even in bad weather situations. We're still under 500.
The players weren't good. That's why. I mean, look. You remember that Christmas Eve game against the Saints at home?
Oh, yes.
3 game-tying touchdown passes were dropped by our 3 best receivers, by Njoku, Cooper, and Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yep.
So, and they were dropped. I mean, it was the weather.
Mm-hmm.
They just dropped them.
Yep.
The reason why we lost that game was we couldn't stop the run against the Saints. So
and their backup quarterback. Yeah, or their running quarterback.
They had their backup. Taysom Hill they just did wildcat
Mm-hmm.
and ran the ball down our throats and won the game.
Remember it vividly.
Yes, and I remember I was sitting with family at Christmas. I'm like, oh, great, that ruined Christmas. But my point being, this is before I had season tickets. This was the year before I did.
Oh, okay.
But the thing was, I'm saying is that where was the weather advantage there? It wasn't. There wasn't. So it's going to be in the article too. The designer, I think his name was Lee Evans, the architect of the new stadium. He designed the MetLife, not MetLife. What's the name of the stadium in Minnesota? Soho in LA. He did, and he did the one in Minnesota.
Yeah,
Minneapolis. God, I'm trying to. Is it? It's not MetLife. MetLife is in New York. I can't remember.
It's okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. I could probably look it up.
I do know, though, that the Minnesota Vikings have the most players with the most arrests. Not that matters right now in our conversation, but they have the most criminals compared to the Browns. Okay, back to your.
It's pretty much, it's the ownership, it's the leadership of that team. They need to be gone.
Yeah. So back to the stadium. So this guy that's building the stadium here in Cleveland,
he's saying he is going to. It is designed to echo the crowd noise. Our stadium now, it was built in such a rush. A lot of that crowd noise that's supposed to be a home field advantage escapes. It goes away. So here it's going to be echoing. It's going to be it's going to be probably the loudest stadium in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the advantage we're going to have. Not the weather, the noise.
Well, and Lou, the other part of this that I talked about again on my coffee jolt this morning. You and I talked about this already a couple times. When Jacobs Field was built in 1994, we all know what that was like, sitting at the old municipal stadium prior to that, where there'd be 9,000 fans in an empty stadium, and it felt like a ghost town. And we go into the 1994 season, and my Lord, Lou, I don't know about you, but I remember the first time that I saw Jacobs Field in person, walking in there, and it was something out of a movie script. Just something immaculate.
U.S. Bank Stadium is Minnesota.
U.S. Bank, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
But it was something immaculate, Lou, when you went into that Jacobs Field.
It was like a baseball cathedral. Yeah.
I'm so annoyed with some of these, if you're complaining about the Dome right now, just stop being a Browns fan. Go somewhere else. Go root for Cincinnati. I'm looking forward to 2029 when that ballpark opens up and we go in there for the first time. It's gonna be like a script out of a movie, I think. And I'm looking forward to that. And I know there's going to be problems. Here's the thing, Lou, that drives me nuts. Like some of these negative Nellies right now, they're talking about, what's going to happen with the airport parking? Are people going to park in the airport? And what's going to happen with the Rapid? And they're not going to be connected. And we got to put more money into this and all this stuff.
To the airport now.
But
right across
but people are complaining, well, no, it won't. It's going to be a half mile away. And I'm like, dude. Let the people that are the engineers and the people that are building the complex and are building the dome that are smarter than you to figure that crap out. Stop talking about it. 6 years.
There's already this planning being done around it. And the Art Modell law was changed with that passage of that budget to say, hey, they can't leave. They have to fulfill their lease, which the Browns are doing.
Yes.
They're fulfilling their lease obligation. They're giving notice. Hey, when the lease is up, we're leaving. And they're not even leaving the county. So outdoor elements, but it's an advantage for us. You,
Grew up
many of our players grew up in the D. I don't
in
know
the
if you
D, maybe. Oh, in the South.
in
He
the
says in the
South. In the
South. Yeah,
South. Okay, in the South. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think. Oh, that's that second part of it. I saw.
yeah.
Okay,
I didn't get
thanks,
that.
MC.
Yeah,
But
South. Yeah,
yeah, South. There we go. Grew up in the South. That's true. I mean, but you know what? There's a lot of players that the Cleveland Browns players aren't all from Cleveland.
no, really.
Yeah. So, newsflash, guys. So, my point being is that it's the weather advantage didn't do shit for us for 20 years.
No,
No, I mean when we
I mean,
actually
there's
had a
something
better
special,
team.
Lou. You and I both. I mean, there's something about
I was at
weather
that
and.
Steelers game. I went on the air with you for live. From
Yes,
that
you
stadium,
did.
and that was cold.
I'm not saying that I'm not going to miss
Getting
that
too
on
old for that
occasion,
shit.
but
getting
I'm
too
going
old
to.
for that
It's going to
shit.
be nice sitting in a 75, temperature stadium and enjoying that atmosphere. And the Browns are still going to probably have crappy years. I'd much rather go up to a game in December
Mm-hmm. Well,
if they're,
look, let's think about it. The Indians before they passed the syntax to build that new ballpark for them, it was '89. They haven't seen the postseason since '54.
Mhm.
At that point,
Yeah.
So 35 years, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
if you want to complain, it's going to be a bad team. But then they built this ballpark. When they built the ballpark, when they built it, the team was ready to contend. So hopefully there's enough smarts that they could say, okay, we want to be ready to contend and bring a playoff season, maybe even host a playoff game in this new stadium.
The Haslams own the Columbus Crew down here and are very successful with their soccer program. They are part ownerships to the Milwaukee
They
Bucks.
built a new stadium for them too, right?
Yes, it's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's wonderful.
They've done in Ohio already.
But they're criminals, Lou. Put them behind bars. We got a lot of people out there in this great divide of Browns fans that
They're
think the
just hating them
Haslams are.
because they're rich. They're just hating them because they're rich.
I can't help, and I said this earlier, I can't help that the Haslams are richer than you. Okay?
That's not my
So
fault.
go on your day, work hard, do everything that you can, try to stay positive and be a Browns fan. And if you can't figure that out and you're just bringing all the hate, go down to Cincinnati and root for the Bungles. For God's sakes, leave us Browns fans alone.
The broke Brown family be your owner. But they got their draft, their first round. Is he signed yet? Their first round draft pick?
No.
And they got their best defensive pass rusher.
And then you get
year, he's holding out for more money. But
you get a Browns fan too that will complain, and they're older guy who says to me on social media, "Well, at least Cincinnati has a franchise quarterback." I'm like, okay, yeah, and they've made it to a Super Bowl. Okay, yeah, I guess, like, great. What have you done for me lately? I'm sorry, I don't think that Joe Burrow is anything that special. He doesn't. I mean, yeah, he's a talent, but I don't see him as the greatest thing since sliced bread. So
no, he's a great talent. I'd love to have him, but he's not. That's just like I said, because they had to pay him and they had to pay his receivers. Now they can't pay Hendrickson. Their defense is going to suffer. So we'll see what happens with them. And then plus the Steelers, you got TJ Watt holding out for money too. So I don't know what's going to. We'll find out. I would be very surprised if Watt doesn't play this year.
Talk to me about Stefanski and Barry and why you don't think they're on the hot seat. I know Mary Kay, my favorite beat writer for the Browns.
Because the team is not looking at this as a make or break year for them. I think they understood this big swing and a miss with Watson. The owner took ownership of that, and they understand that we're in a retooling mode right now, and we're trying to still find our franchise quarterback. And I like what they did. They brought in 4 low cost options, 2 veterans, and 2 draft picks. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got, and just take it from there. So. And we have 2 first round picks next year. So that what they did is in the draft, they weren't acting like the Giants trying to get desperate and swing.
See, on one hand, I think like they should be on the hot seat, and I've talked about this before, especially if let's say they start the season.
Always on a hot seat.
Yeah, well, there you go. But then you look at the Haslams and what they did. They're not quick to fire people. I mean, they held on to Hugh Jackson after 2 horrendous seasons.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, well, they were quick to fire people before, but I think they gave him a chance, and I think Greg Williams could have. Well, I think with Greg Williams, he came across as competent when he
Mhm.
interned for, and people
Yeah.
wanted him because he was competent. That's all it was. He was a competent head coach. Wasn't had anything to do how great or good he was. It was just that he was competent. We wanted competence. That's all it was. That was because that was 2018. But
we're all going to be talking about Stefanski's decision making and
play
Barry
calling,
is the season.
decision making. Yeah. Oh, he can't pick.
Do
draft
you
picks
think that
versus Jed
they're
Wills.
tied together though, Lou? Do you believe that the two of them, whatever
Well, they're
happens to
hired at
them,
the same time, probably because they're hired at the same time. You know what? It did, like I said too. People that complained about the Jed Wills pick, when that pick happened in 2020, Jed Wills was PFF rated 11th
Yeah.
in that draft. We took
Yeah.
him 10th. Everybody was happy we took him.
yeah,
So now after the fact, he kind of after every year that he's been with us, his skills have dropped.
I'm looking forward to Mason Graham going this year.
I'm looking
I-
forward to DeJuan Jones. He looks great. He looks fantastic.
Yep.
I'm so happy for the kid. He lost the weight.
The
He's
Carson
still-
Schlesinger or whatever, the new linebacker, I think is gonna.
Yeah, I think he's going to play well too. I'm Dylan Sampson. I was surprised he was available in the 4th round. I was like, man, he was a good pick. He's just small. He's just a little bit undersized.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to see more Jerome Ford and Dylan Sampson, and then Quinshawn's going to get worked in. And I wish it didn't happen, but it did. So we got to deal with it.
Well, this Quinshawn Junkins news is taken off the. We've all been talking about Shador Sanders and his how that's going to
Speeding
look.
tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, because speeding tickets. You get speeding tickets. Oh my God. They're just the whole thing. What's a lack of leadership? I'm like, really, you have a crystal ball? You know if somebody's going to do something.
I think someone said this morning. I was listening to some other radio program that said that they did some research on the number of draft picks that are successful or somehow I forget where I heard it this morning, but the average is like 43 or 44% with GMs, and Andrew Berry's like at 40%. So he's not that far off from what the norm is.
Oh yeah, what I think Kozar said, if you hit on 48% of your draft picks, you're going to Canton.
Hey, by the way, what's going on with Bernie medically? Do you know anything about him?
I've seen some things happening, but he seems to be in good spirits. From what
He looks to be in good spirits. He just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if anybody knows anything more up there in Cleveland. I know
I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything.
Bernie is our guy. Bernie is, all of us older folks. Bernie was the guy. Bernie's always been the guy.
He always will be. He always
Yeah.
will be. I was going to say, I look at it this way. When it comes to just everything that's going to happen this season, what are we going to look at for success? I mean, do they have to win 4 games to make sure they keep their jobs? Do they have to win 5 or 6 or 7 games to make sure they keep their jobs? I don't know. I'm not saying, but I think
we got a comment here.
Yeah, it's MC. Yeah, I think that if last year was just such a mess at quarterback, if we have competent quarterback play or good quarterback.
Yeah, we are too, MC. Dylan Sampson's going to be great.
Yeah. I think he's going to be great. I think I think Judkins is going to play this year, guys. And it really, seriously, Kareem Hunt came back after kicking a woman that was on tape, and it was nasty what he did. You remember that? And
yes.
Yeah. And we gave him a second chance.
What's interesting now is, this has really twisted things up. It's, Junkins was drafted first. Sampson was considered like the second guy. And now you're going to have Jerome Ford. The way I picture it right now is that Jerome Ford is your veteran guy. He's going into his, 4th season now with the team?
They might bring in another veteran guy, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder who else is out there. That would be a good article, Lou, to look at.
I'll do my research into that.
You do that. You do your research, because we don't, we just create crap here on the Fanatical Elves Network just so, people can then comment that we're piss poor at our jobs. Folks, we get paid pennies for this. We enjoy talking Browns just like you guys. So,
well, John, I do come with pomp and circumstance. And pomp and circumstance were 2 chicks I met in Vegas.
Earlier tonight, I talked to an old friend of mine, old colleague from out of town, and I was telling him to tune into our show tonight, Stirring the Pot. I told him that you're an ex pro wrestler, and you have quite the Wikipedia page. So if you're watching or listening to this here on Apple, Spotify,
check it out.
Lou is a big time pro wrestler or ex pro wrestler. Retired. Yeah,
retired. and yeah, to match all that, I carry around a very large ego. Just so you know.
Lou, I'll tell you what, man. I'll give you your kudos, man. You and I, it's like we're like polar opposites. It's like when we started this program a year ago or whatever. When did we start? Before the season?
Meeting in the middle now.
Yeah, and Lou had a couple moments where I was like almost ready to take us off live because he was fired up.
Complete meltdown. I was
I'm doing the losing it right now because of these silly comments from
I
fans.
went to the gym and hit the gym hard to clear my head before.
Yes, it's good. That's good.
Guys, go out, get off the fucking phone, get off Twitter. Go outside, get some sunshine, some vitamin D, touch some grass, enjoy your life, relax. The Haslams are not the devils. They're actually doing a lot of good for Northeast Ohio and Ohio. And just go,
this is for you, MC.
Yeah, beef stew for dinner. Yeah, you can eat me with a fork. So, like I said, just enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Really, it's. And I'm going to enjoy my Sundays. I'm actually looking forward to that early Sunday morning game.
Yeah. I don't know what happens to us when we get older, but a lot of it's good. It's for our benefit. But as a Browns fan we've all been through this for decades.
Seen this shit before. We've seen this before. We're kind of like, I think I've heard this statistically. When you grow older, people have said statistically they've enjoyed their 60s better than their 50s, their 50s better than their 40s, and their 40s better than their 30s, and 30s better than their 20s. Because as you grow older, your mind matures and you have a better appreciation for life.
Yeah,
there's stuff that I enjoy that's just simple. It's so ridiculous.
Well, I talk about perspective, Lou, all the time. We talk. I mean, in our jobs and our, how we look at, how anybody looks at something.
Families, we got other things that that validates me. As I have a wife and I have 2 daughters. That validates me more than these belts that are behind me. These are just collecting dust right now.
Right? Hey, I'm still talking about being the band member of the year in 1987 at Worcester High School. Yeah, thank you all of you Worcester High School alumni who gave me that fine award.
Al Bundy.
Voted on by my fellow bandmates there at Worcester, the Worcester Fighting, or the Worcester Generals. Then we have the Worcester Fighting Scots, which is the College of Worcester. They changed their mascot. I don't know if you don't follow.
Mascot? Was it like
the Fighting Scots?
Yeah. Was it?
Well, it was the Scottish or whatever, but then they changed their logo this year, like to an actual dog, and I'm like, don't do that. Like a fighting Scotty. Yeah, I'm like, no, don't do that. No, I don't like that. That's dumb. They used to, the Fighting Scots, they would come out in their kilts, on the stadium, and they had the guys playing the pipes and all that stuff. So, anywho, Lou, what do you think about the Guardians going? They're at the halfway mark. You think they got a shot still at the playoffs? Or I know we're changing our tune. We're talking baseball, but
anything could happen. But they had that skid for a while, so I really, I'll be happy when they change the name back to the Indians.
That was my other question I brought up on my show earlier today. You think that's going to happen?
There's a movement for it. I'm hearing a movement too for the Commanders to go back to the Redskins.
Well, that's getting a lot of tread, and I'm thinking if they change their name back to the Redskins,
then we got to go back.
Oh, who's this? Who's commenting? We got MC. Well, no, wait. Wait a second.
Orville.
MC Orville Red. Are you an Orville kid, guy? Are you kidding me? You guys suck. Go Worcester.
Orville Worcester rivalry here.
Well, you've never heard of that Orville? That's where
I know where it's at. Yeah, I heard.
Okay, well that's the big rivalry, and you knew that Bobby Knight, former basketball coach Indiana, is from Orville. So back in my day, there was a stretch there. Orville and Worcester have always been very competitive. Orville's won. I don't know if they've won. Have you guys won any state championships? MC, has Orville won a state championship? Anyway, did he respond? Let's see. Did he?
He could. He might have went dark.
Oh, okay, he went dark. Anyway, go Worcester.
He
All
goes
right.
back. He's just messing with you. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm just telling people there's so much more perspective on things. But yeah, I could honestly see it could happen. It might take some more time. It could take years,
Mhm.
and then they could sell vintage Indian stuff. I have the Ricky Vaughn.
The Ricky
Wild
Vaughn. Yeah, you had that jersey, right? And you,
Yeah. My wife got it for me. It was my family got it for me for my Father's Day gift. Because all I did was going through. Is like I saw her going through Instagram. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's all I said. It was did you see the ads?
what a sweet wife you have.
Yes, I do. I hit the jackpot. I did.
Oh, there he is. He did say that they won. What, you don't know what year was that, MC?
Yes,
Probably
but
a while ago.
He says it's been a while. So
Been a while. Well, here's my recollection, MC, on that series, and I don't know how old you are or whatnot, but 1986, the Worcester Generals played Orville in Worcester. I was in the band. Orville was driving, was down by a point. They were going for a 2-point conversion at the end of the game to win the game against Worcester, and Worcester stopped them, and it was pandemonium as everybody rushed the field. So that's what I remember.
Oh yeah.
All right, Lou.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done. I'm out.
You're out. All right,
Final thoughts.
Well, like I said, my final thought, I already kind of said it. It was like, people just get a life and touch grass. Go outside. Go off.
Which type of grass though? Wait.
No, just regular Kentucky bluegrass. I don't give a shit. Just go out and go outside and just do some yard work, get some sun.
Yes.
Spend time.
Vitamin
with your
D.
family. Vitamin D is great. I mean, this is this is probably the best time of the year in Ohio for me. I love the summer in Ohio.
MC, you're 65, right? So do you remember that 86 game in Worcester in the old stadium? You'd go down into the trenches. Did you go to that game, MC?
He might not have. I don't know.
All right. Well, anyhow,
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm just telling people, like, look, yeah, this is great. We're all fans, but the thing is, if you're going to be a fan, you should want the team to succeed instead of just complaining about. You don't have any idea what we have or what we're about to have given to us.
right.
Yeah, it's like you people looking a gift horse in the mouth.
But the comeback, Lou, from people when you say that, like what you just said about being positive and moving forward, they'll come back. I had a few people come back today on our interactions on the X saying, well, what, you don't want this team to improve? I'm like, where did you get that idea? Like, there's no basis for that.
No, we want the team to improve. Not everything's perfect. We're not saying the team's perfect. We're saying there's holes, there's things to do, but we're just saying we have good people in place with this team. Before, from 1999 to 2019, one playoff season, no playoff wins, only 2 winning seasons.
And you just said too, the Haslam's have spent more on this team than any other. We have the highest payroll.
He's getting. That's how they're getting through the Deshaun Watson stuff.
How do you take this whole thing with Deshaun Watson? Got married. Congratulations to Deshaun and his girlfriend. The pictures that are coming back with the Haslam's being there, all of that. What's your perspective on all that?
Well, good for them. The Haslam's can come if they were invited, so it's none of my business.
Well, they have $600 million from the state now, so they're probably running through that money just like water, right?
Yeah. That's it. That's how you become a billionaire, is by being stupid with money.
Excellent point. I had a conversation with an older gentleman. Lou, you'll like this. I had a conversation with an older gentleman in my neighborhood the other night, and he was ex-military and all of this stuff. And when he got out of the military, he did some things with that, but then he went on to get into this housing market, real estate. Mm-hmm. And, he's an older gentleman. He's very proud. He did some good things with his money early on in his career. And he's been able to pocket that and use that. And so he was talking about how he's, very comfortable right now. Maybe not quite as comfortable as the Haslams.
Get an inheritance and they blow it, or they don't know what to do with it. They can't handle it. Like, have you ever seen like those stories where people win the lottery and it ruins their lives? Have you ever seen that?
Yes. So
yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Angel.
Thank you, Angel. Yeah. From the Bearded Brown Stock. Hey, thanks for following us. We like to follow you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. I said just like I said, guys, just take a pill. Let's let the facts come in. Let's see what happens. More than likely, he's going to get suspended, probably at least 4 games.
Mhm.
And we don't have idiots running this team. I swear to God, we don't. Now,
What? We got a head coach from Penn. He's not an idiot.
no,
Andrew
he's
Berry
actually won
graduated
Coach of
from
the
what?
Year
Harvard or
twice.
Yale?
Coach
What?
of the Year twice. NFL Coach of the Year twice, and yeah, and like I said, they're not perfect. They're flawed human beings like all of us, including players.
Flawed? What are you
Yeah.
talking about? We're flawed?
Yeah, everybody's perfect. I love it when guys that like the only squats they ever do are diddly squats. So I mean,
Well,
they never lift
I'm
a
never
weight
going to
in their
work.
life.
I'm not going to ever go out to the gym where you're at, Lou, because I don't want to embarrass myself.
Oh,
You know,
no, like lift weights with me.
yeah.
I compete.
that,
You
that,
didn't even say
listen,
it.
I met
competed as a
Lou
bodybuilder too.
last
I
year.
competed as a bodybuilder, right?
I know you
didn't
did, Lou.
that? Yeah.
I know you did. Last year, great moment. We had tailgating prior to the game early on in the
So,
season.
West
Brought my
Sixth Street. Yeah, we were on West
brought
Sixth
my
Street.
stepson Clay,
Yeah.
and we got to meet Lou and
West Sixth
Sherry,
Street.
and Ken Carmen was there. He took a picture with us. I got it right on my wall over here. Great
Yeah,
guy,
he
Ken
knew
Carmen.
me. He knew who I was.
Yes,
That
and-
surprised me.
And Lou's a big guy, man. You guys, I mean, you see it on behind the camera here, but he's you don't want to mess with Lou in a dark alley because
That's what people that are.
So
with you
I'm
do,
glad that
right?
Lou is my friend. So that thank you, Lou.
I don't bully people. I don't do that. And I got to meet. There's a couple of wrestlers we got to talk to there.
Yes, who was the guy that we met? That he's another
Wardlow.
Wardlow.
Yeah,
Big dude, man. These guys,
he's
Lou's friends are big dudes.
Yeah, he's from Middlefield, Ohio, which I live. It's really down the road from me. Middlefield's in it's the big Amish settlement in Geauga County, but he's
Yes.
not Amish. But he's not.
Yes.
Amish. I was like, you're not Amish, are you? He's like, no.
Since you're
He's like,
speaking
you go
about the
down- you go
Amish,
down to Middlefield and Chardon, you see the buggies. Yeah, what's that?
have you seen this new push now? It was fascinating. My wife and I went up to Amish country because we grew up in Worcester and we went to Holmes County and stuff. The sect of Amish that are in Wayne and Holmes County, they have gotten rid of the buggy and they've bought these electric bikes. The people that run these groups up there in the Amish, those groups, there's been this plethora, this huge push for these Amish to ride electric bikes now. They're selling them like crazy. There's a manufacturing company, I think,
Wow.
in California, and there's certain pockets of the Amish now, like in Pennsylvania, Ohio. They're all buying up all these electric bikes. My God.
Never heard of that. I
Oh,
never heard
dude,
of that.
go down, Lou. I'm
It's
telling
not
you, if you
Geauga
went down,
County. Yeah.
go down to Holmes and Wayne County, and you won't find a buggy. You'll see a buggy or two, but you're going to see a bazillion bikes now zooming by you, and it's nuts. It's
that is crazy.
absolutely crazy.
Before
We're coming
go, I got
home.
One last point I got to make, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
we were coming back, and there's like literally there was probably 50 electric bikes. They were having a ball game, Sunday morning baseball game. All the Amish were out on a baseball field, and there were like 50
That's cool.
electric bikes. It was
Wow.
some you
She
really
Jebediah
should just take
flying by you.
you should go down there someday. There's a lot to see down there. Anyway, okay.
Check it out. My last point was last Monday, the Brook Park City Council. We were talking
Yes.
about preparing and everything.
Yep.
They overwhelmingly voted. I don't know if it was unanimous. I think it was to rezone that 176 acre lot to build the stadium.
Yep.
And guess who was there representing their support for the project? A bunch of union construction workers showed up wanting this project to happen because they want the work.
Yes. No one's talking about that. People are complaining about are where are you going to park? Are they going to use up the airport parking? And what's the airport going to do?
$150 to park down there. Dude, I'll take the Rapid to the airport and walk across the street.
But they're saying no, but the Rapid's going to stop there, and then you're still going to have to walk a half mile. And I'm
how
like,
far do we walk from the terminal tower?
we at least it's 1.1 miles or 1.2 miles, I think.
It's almost like 2 miles, I think.
Yeah, it is. So
I mean, yeah, don't cut that shit. But seriously, if you're looking out for the little guy and you care about the little guy, those construction workers are going to get work.
yes,
They are going to get work.
and we're
These
going to build
guys
something
are from
brand new.
Ohio.
That's nice and shiny, and we all like Christmas presents on the Christmas morning. This is going to be
We're
an
gonna get a Super
outstanding.
Bowl.
Christmas present.
We
And
could get
yes, the
multiple Super Bowls.
Browns are going to win a Super Bowl, hopefully in our lifetime. But if not,
Why not? Why not? Why not? Well,
the Indians, right? The Indians made it to all those, World Series in 95, 97. Yep.
Winning 2 or 95. Yeah.
Damn Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
Damn Florida Marlins team put together. Probably by a rich owner
Cubs. Yeah.
that bought a fancy house in Florida.
Yeah. Let me just bring this up too. There was one guy. It was on a podcast, and I can't remember which one it was talking about the stadium. He's pretty accurate about what he was saying, but he said this, that Cleveland will get one Super Bowl because all these national reporters, when they had to come to Cleveland for the NBA Finals, complained about coming to Cleveland. I'm like, I never heard that.
Nor did I.
I said, where did that come from? So because reporters don't want to come here, the league's going to not want to bring a Super Bowl here more than once because, they're going to look at how does the building work? Is it a good venue? Does it generate revenue? Is this a good spot? Is there good hotels? That's what it is. So
MC, they'll have all that figured out and it ain't going to hurt anybody's fat ass to walk a half mile. Absolutely. That's going to be the title of my next article.
Get on that treadmill. Get ready. Get yourself in shape. Get yourself in shape to walk a half a mile. Get to your seat and stuff your face. And also my big thing is
gotta get a hot dog with stadium mustard.
The food's going to be a lot better there too than the food that we have, especially in the upper level. That's the thing. That was my feedback for those guys every time when they send me a survey. The food's pretty good in the lower level, but it's not that good in the upper level. It's a
good take.
Field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell them. I said, they want my feedback. I'm giving it to them as a season ticket holder.
They're going to offer you a job up there too at the new stadium. They're going to say, "Hey, Lou, do you want to run? I'm going to get a food truck. I've always wanted to do a food truck. That's what we should work toward." Yeah, the stirring the pot. We'll do stirring the pot food truck.
Stirring the beef stew pot.
I like that. Better. There you go.
This is even better. They'll have me be security.
That would be good. Yes.
Yeah, that would be. All right. Are we ready to wrap this up?
Yes, we are. Hey, everybody. Thank you again for following us here on the Fanatical Elves Network, part of Fans First Sports Network. We couldn't do this without you guys. We make pennies because of you, and we appreciate that. We're Browns fans just like you. Follow us on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube. We get the pennies if you listen to our audio downloads, so please follow us, subscribe to us on those platforms like Apple and Spotify. We are trying to build our YouTube channel as well. Lou, you got a show coming up on Friday, Burning River Browns Talk.
Browns Talk every Friday. Yep, we'll be on Twitter.
I've got a Johnny Cleveland show coming up here later this week. I'll have another Coffee Jolt in the morning. So catch us later this week. Appreciate everybody's time. Go Brownies. We'll see you next time.
See you next
now
time.
I got to find the exit music. Dun, 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 dun. See ya.